What is up, everybody? My name is Justin. This is Forever Self-Employed. And in today's video, I'm joined with my buddy Joshua. Joshua is a fellow pressure washer, and he does some pretty interesting work. Joshua, how's it going, man?
Good. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm so happy that you could join me on the channel because, I found your stuff on YouTube. I was just captivated by it, and I was like, you know what? I got to get this guy on the channel to tell his story.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. So how long have you been pressure washing for, and then how did you get into the business?
So I'm going on about 11 years now, down here in Southwest Florida. We specialize mainly here of tile roofs, so I spent a lot of time on roofs. I got into it, actually moved to Florida. I did roofing construction up north. From my grandma, I kind of found about pressure washing and kind of seeing how big of a thing it was down here. So it was something I was just interested in, and actually went through the Yellow Pages and found the company that was hiring. Called them up, they gave me a chance, and spent 10 years with them. Went through a few different bosses with them, so parting ways was a lot easier. I knew what I liked from the beginning, and I focused on doing it, knowing that hopefully one day my experience, my time, my effort would pay off in the long run. And I just kept working until it finally happened.
Right. So you spent 10 years with one company, and then you transitioned to doing it all by yourself. So what advice would you give for someone who wants to start up a business for themselves?
I guess the biggest advice, at least from my own experience, is if you find something that you truly like doing, that it's still work. You're still out there sweating, regardless of what you're doing. Especially if you're in a hot environment. But if you can be happy with what you're doing, even if you're working, a 9-to-5 job for, some boss making $8 to $15 an hour, depending on what you're doing, that doesn't mean that that's where it has to stop, because, you're gaining experience for yourself. Even when you leave that company, they can't take that away from you, so always try and better yourself.
Right. So was that transition hard for building your own clientele after that, or were you able to pull some clientele possibly from that other business?
I mean, it's always hard to, have a new face, a new name. I kind of went the route of naming the company Swans, which is my last name. Me and my girlfriend Tammy, we went in on it together, and really thought hard and long about whether we were ready to invest everything. Our time, our effort, weekends, whatever it needed to be, to pursue something that we knew would greatly benefit us and our children's lives. So the main effort was I couldn't not fail. As long as you do good work, you're good to your customers, you're honest, you're transparent, there's really no room for error. Don't be greedy, work within your means. Other than that, it's really up to you.
So my next question, probably one of my biggest questions, is have you ever fallen off the roof, and how do you stay up there so well?
So I haven't actually fallen, tripped or fell and actually fallen off. I've slipped on some algae and mold and chosen to jump off, thinking that it would be better if I had actual direction in where I'm going versus just a random fall off a house. But the biggest thing is don't be overconfident. Myself, I used to rock climb. I'm heavy into parkour stuff, jumping around. So the agility, it's not for everybody, but even if you're not super good balance, as long as you're calm, collective, and just know that, an accident is an accident, no matter how good you are, you could still fall. Just don't get too cocky up there.
Right. Do you have any special shoes that you wear to with the grip or anything, or are you just wearing regular shoes up there?
Two things about that. Shoes, yeah, there's nothing that's gonna stop the wear or the water, especially if you're doing the kind of cleaning I'm doing. I tried those honeycomb shoes or whatever, indestructible shoes. I actually got the red ones, and they were leaving red permanent lines on roofs. Couldn't get it off. So, I mean, I stick to Walmart shoes that have a nice grip on the bottom, and I just fluctuate 2 or 3 pairs so they keep dry. On average, if you're buying one pair at a time, they last about a month.
That's crazy, man. So in a lot of these clips, it looks like you're pre-treating the roof with something. Do you pre-treat, and what is that you're using?
Yeah, of course. Especially down here, the algae growth and the mold growth down here is incredible. What I'm doing is I use a downstream injector. Basically gets you a 20% bleach content. You can adjust that by ball valve or tips that open up the injector. I pre-treat with that. It doesn't actually kill and just like bleach out the mold, like it won't turn white and start falling off, but it's enough to release the grip on what I'm cleaning so that I don't have to just blast high pressure. I can use a low pressure amount that's, adequate to what I'm cleaning and, go over it, smoothly that way.
Right. And what would you say to people that are going to say, that using pressure on the roof is going to damage it?
I mean, to be honest, experience and time and really knowing what you're walking on, you may say, I have a tile roof. Well, I can name probably 6 different types of tile. The age groups, is it a new roof, old roof, how much has it been cleaned? They say, well, you're taking the glaze off. Well, down here in Florida, most houses I go to are 8, 10 years old. They've been bleach cleaned 3 times, pressure washed 5 times, so many different variables. If it's a clean house and it has a glaze on it, I shouldn't have to blast it to get it off. If I'm blasting to get it off, it's already penetrated the tile at that point.
Right.
There's things you can do to stop it. We offer waterproofing, which is something relatively new. It's been around for a long time, but the application to concrete and tile is impeccable nowadays. Same with like driveways and stuff like that. Or like an algae guard, or something like a algicide, something that prevents algae and mold from actually adhering to the tile. It doesn't stop it from getting wet, but it does prevent the algae growth from coming back as quickly. We always recommend, that you protect your investment. Power washing, bleaching, whatever you're doing to it, the sun, it all causes things to break down. The weather down here is crazy. So, sure, some people, it's not for them. It's not cheap, but in the long run, you're actually saving years of tile life, because, a lot of this stuff has UV protective in it. So it helps with the sun, so it protects the roof to last longer in strenuous conditions.
Right. And offering some of those upselling services, we talked about this a little bit earlier on the phone. You are, you're preventing that growth from coming back. And I asked you, how do you keep clientele when that's the case? So can you kind of speak to and tell the audience what you told me earlier?
Well, I mean, I think the one thing I've learned over the years is, people like the truth. They don't want to be BS or, walked around the bush. They want to know what's going on and what they can do, especially people who own their houses or live in HOAs. They're sick of getting the letters. They're looking for somebody to come in with a solution to their problems. And sure, cleaning's one way. And, you might say, if I protect the roof, then what happens after that? Well, I mean, the cleaning and protecting is almost the same price. Most of them come with a 3-year guarantee. So within that 3 years, I come back if it needs this or that kind of touch up. I can take care of the house roof while at the same time getting the trust and the respect of that customer to be able to come back and do their driveways, the pool cages, the exteriors. A lot of them have boat docks and, they're out on the water over here, so, their friends, their neighbors, it may not even be the person next to them that might get your referral from them, but their parents and their cousins, I feel that honesty, integrity, and looking out for the customer's best need. I mean, there are thousands and thousands of homes down here. I mean, there's so many companies, but for every company, there's 50, 60 additional houses that you can go out and get that no one's ever been to. The person who used to do it doesn't do it anymore. They're floating, trying to figure out what to do. You can be that saving grace, and all of us could have plenty of work.
That's awesome, man. That's incredible. And I really wanted you to share that with my audience as well. Joshua, thank you so much for coming on, man. I'm going to leave links to your YouTube channel in the comment section and the description. So everybody make sure you go click through those links, watch some more of your work, and go subscribe to you. You had some great information that I'm so happy that you got to share with the audience today. Any last words or anything else you want to share before we shut this off?
Just be safe, respect your fellow neighbor, your friends, help out everybody. And, if you can do it, just, tell people that it's going to be all right, help them calm down, because that's what we need right now.
All right, Joshua, thank you so much for coming on today. Every guest that comes on the show gets to pick the word of the day. So if anybody's watching this far in the video, make sure you comment the word of the day. What would you like the word of the day to be?
Chill.
Okay, if anybody made it this far in the video, comment down below the word chill and I'll hashtag you a real one. My name is Justin. Until next time, hustle hard and get that money, baby. Peace.